BetOnline Sports is the sportsbook arm of a larger group of gambling services, all housed under the same website at betonline.ag. The site also includes, here's your sportsbook, an online casino, an online racebook, a head-to-head poker room, and all sorts of other games, including a mobile casino. The site is licensed by the Panama Gaming Control Board. The only currency currently used at the site is the US dollar, although language support implies a more international audience. Game software and customer support is available in Chinese, English, German, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and about 6 other world languages. The site is open to wagers from Americans, which makes it something of a novelty in today's sports betting marketplace. If you live outside the US or Canada, you can open an account. However, it looks to me, based on the markets and the use of the US dollar, that the focus is the American market. BetOnline's layout follows the standard design of online sports betting services. You've got your markets listed on the left side here. That's pretty standard. Of course, your bet slip here. And in the center is where your wagers will be displayed. Sometimes you'll also see special offers here, upcoming events, bonuses, that sort of thing. It's well laid out. I like it because everything is sort of in one place. Right here in one line, you've got your live betting and regular betting markets. You can search the rotations for the bets down here. Switch your odds formats. Date and time, always useful. And of course, right at the end of the line is your bet slip. This is single-click betting. It's pretty much the standard in the entire industry. If you've bet at any online sports books before, you'll be able to use this site pretty easily. And of course, you can always click to any one of the other sites here, skill games, poker, casino, if you want to jump around between the various sections. The markets are a little disappointing. I understand it's a US-facing site, but if you were to compare this to the markets available at like Bovada.lv, this pales in comparison. All the big sports are represented, especially the big American sports, but there's just not a lot of down ticket sports markets here, which some people are really into. I want to point out, though, they have a really active futures and props section. We've basically got futures on every other market that they offer, including tennis and snooker futures. So they do have some niche market coverage, just not in terms of the actual active sports markets here. On to a discussion of banking. Here from the landing page, you just click on the handy cashier button. And as you can see from this really long list, the site does offer a ton of different ways to make your deposit. From your basic credit cards at the top here down through a whole series of e-wallets and, good Lord, is that Bitcoin? They've got you covered. Look, it's in their vested interest for you to get your money into their hands, and they've made it really easy to do that. Look at all of these deposit methods here. This is also a good place to look if you're interested in making a deposit. It's betonline.ag/banking, just to see what some of the parameters are. We've got your minimums, your maximums, and a handy link here to deposit now. You can also click next to these names for more info. I find that the information is not all that useful. It just basically tells you to go to the right and make a deposit. But this kind of stuff, as far as your minimums and maximums, is very interesting. As far as payout methods, they don't have as many of those. They're down here in their own little list. Only 9 of these exist. 3 of them are different ways to get a check. Check by mail, check by courier, check express. There's also a few methods that allow small withdrawals. $20 here for Bitcoin, $25 for Skrill, $25 for NetTeller. And that's useful because if you look at the other minimums, except for a person-to-person transfer, the minimum withdrawals are pretty high. And of course, you see your maximum withdrawal amounts there. Now, here's something interesting. The maximum amount you can withdraw per week from this site is $25,000. That's a little higher than other US-facing sites. But if you look at your maximum withdrawal amounts, really the only one The only two that you can get that high on, you got book-to-book transfers, which isn't really a withdrawal, it's just a transfer of an existing balance. And then bank wire transfers max out at $24,900. Of course, that's a large number, and it's handy if you do hit that $25,000 winning limit. But there are lots of fees associated with wire transfers as well. Now on to bonuses. A lot of people are really into bonuses. I like betting on sports online and playing casino games online. I'm not really into bonuses, but I have covered them a lot. I've reviewed them a lot, so I can tell you a little about them. Just click here on your little promotions link, and you'll see this long list they have of promotions. Now, they padded this list a little, and of course a lot of these things are for poker players, casino gamblers, racebook bettors. Out of this whole list, I was able to find 3 items that I think would be of interest to sports bettors. First is your 50% kickoff welcome bonus here. Let's see, they're preparing for the NFL season, so they're calling this your kickoff bonus, right? But it doesn't matter what time of year you join, there will always be this type of bonus available. It's a 50% first deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. You have to deposit a minimum of $50, and if you want to be eligible for this bonus, you can't deposit via NetTeller or Skrill or a book-to-book transfer. Now this kickoff bonus has a 10 times deposit plus bonus rollover requirement, which is huge. It's twice what's available at Bovada and other US-facing sites. There's also a $25 live betting free play, which I think would be pretty useful for sportsbook bettors if you've never tried live betting before. Basically, they will refund your first wager, but there's some conditions. Your first bet must be for $25 or more. There's a 6x rollover requirement, and the refund is limited to $25, although you can wager more on it if you'd like. The whole idea is to get you to try out live betting. I think it's a pretty good deal if you've never used live betting before. There's a similar offer, $50 mobile betting free play, but again, lots of conditions. It's basically the same as the live betting incentive, except it's for $50 instead of $25. And the rollover is not as high. It's a 6x rollover, 6 times your bonus. So that one's pretty interesting. If you've never used mobile to bet before, then you'll probably enjoy that bonus quite a bit. Remember to read through any and all terms and conditions pages before you make any decisions about joining a site based entirely on a bonus. There's rollover requirements, there's other terms and conditions that might make that bonus not as valuable as you think. What about customer service, I hear you asking? Well, click this handy Contact Us link here next to the cashier link. It's on the top of every page. And you'll see we're here to help. This is all the support information for betonline.ag. You've got email, 4 different dedicated email addresses for different causes: general, poker, casino, skill games. Sports bettors would use the general email here, which is cs@betonline.ag. There's also a toll-free phone number here, 1-888-426-3661. I have been able to find an alternative email for sports questions. Email sports@betonline.ag. I was able to get a response from it, but it's not clear whether that's a legitimate sports bettor only email address or not. Remember that customer service is available around the clock, and it is currently available in English, Mandarin, and Spanish. So what does BetOnline get right? I like the long list of available currencies and deposit and withdrawal methods. The cashier department's impressive and it's laid out well. And that's a big deal because a lot of times, US-facing sites don't have a lot of ways to pay out and get paid. They do have a smallish list of available sports markets, but that's not that unusual for an American-facing site. And I think that the promo program currently available kind of makes up for it, although I do wish they had a few more interesting promos for sports bettors. For example, where's the referral bonus? It's odd that they don't have a referral bonus right now. But still, if you're a sports bettor living in the US or Canada, I think you should give BetOnline a look. Do I have some complaints? Of course. I mean, why so few sports markets when other American-facing sites list a lot more international-minded events? But the quality of the site's design and overall services, and the 24/7 availability of customer service make it very easy for me to recommend this site to sports bettors from all over the world.